السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. I welcome you all to the class of Sahih al-Bukhari, and today inshallah ta'ala we are continuing from Hadith number 1366 inshallah ta'ala. They are almost till 1390 in Kitab al-Janaiz inshallah ta'ala. This is book number 23, Kitab al-Janaiz. There are totally 97 kutub, that means books in which ahadith are collected. And within the kitab, there are babs. So we have Babu ma yukrahu min as-salati ala al-munafiqina wal-istighfari lil-mushrikeen. It is disliked to offer the funeral prayer for the hypocrites and to ask Allah's forgiveness for the mushrikun. ورواه ابن عمر رضي الله عنهما عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. So you're not allowed to seek forgiveness for the mushrikun, and this is very common nowadays. Somebody, a celebrity dies, or somebody from the non-Muslims, they die. People write R.I.P., rest in peace, or may Allah grant him Jannah. Subhanallah, you're not allowed. People who is a mushrik who died as a kafir in this world. So they'll argue like, well, perhaps he might have recited the kalima before dying. No, we don't do that. We take the general claim. Apparently, his apparent state, Zahir state, was he was a kafir. Now, so we don't, the ruling applies for the kafir then. Then what we have to do is that, well, he has to be buried in the graveyard of the Muslims then, right? But that's not true. I mean, why would he do that? Apparently, he died as a non-Muslim. So all the rulings will apply as a non-Muslim in this world. Yes, of course, his situation is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but Zahir in this world is that he is mushrik or a kafir. Now, وقال حدثنا يحيى بن بكير قال حدثني الليث عن أقيل عن ابن شهاب عن عبيد الله بن عبد الله عن ابن عباس عن عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنهم أنه قال لما مات عبد الله بن أبي بن سلول. This is the hadith of رئيس المنافقين, the chief of منافقين, Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Salul. دعي له رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ليصلي عليه فلما قام رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وثبت إليه فقلت يا رسول الله أتصلي على ابن أبي وقد قال يوم كذا وكذا 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 وعدد عليه قوله فتبسم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وقال أخذ عني يا عمر. فلما أكثرت عليه قال إني خيرت فاخترت لو أعلم أني لو زدت على 70 يغفر له لزدت عليها. فقال فصلى عليه رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ثم انصرف فلم يمكث إلا يسيرا حتى نزلت الآيتان من براءة ولا تصلي على أحد منهم مات أبدا وهم فاسقون. وهم فاسقون. فعجبت بعد من جرأتي إلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يومئذ والله ورسوله أعلم. Umar ibn al-Khattab narrated that when Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Salul died, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was offered to offer the funeral prayer. When Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam stood up, wathabtu, he said, I got up quickly. Wathaba is to jump also. I jumped towards him and said, oh Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, are you going to offer for Ibn Ubay? And he said so and so, so and so, so and so. I started mentioning all that he had said. Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam smiled and he said, oh Umar, leave me. أخذ عني يا عمر. When I talk too much, he said, I have given the choice. Allah said in the previous ayahs that if you ask for forgiveness 70 times also, Allah will not forgive them. So Rasulullah said, well, I will do more than that. Had I not known that he would be forgiven for asking for Allah's forgiveness for more than 7 times, surely I would have done so. Allah's Messenger offered his funeral prayer and returned after a short while. The 2 verses of Surah Al-Bara'a were revealed. And never, O Muhammad pray for any one of them who dies while they were fasiqun. Later, I was astonished. So Umar ibn al-Khattab said, I was astonished, like I was so daring at that time, jur'ati. And Allah and His Messenger know better. Right? He was, Umar radiallahu anhu said, Babu Tana'in Nasi ala al-Mayyit. How about praising the deceased person and praising of the deceased person by the people. حدثنا آدم حدثنا شعبة حدثنا عبد الله عزيز بن سهيب قال سمعت أنس بن مالك رضي الله عنه يقول مر بجنازة فاثنوا عليها خيرا فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وجبت ثم مروا بأخرى فاثنوا عليها شرا فقال وجبت فقال عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه ما وجبت قال هذا أثنيتم عليه خيرا فوجبت له الجنة وهذا أثنيتم عليه شرا فوجبت له النار أنتم شهداء الله في الأرض. And so that's why when anyone who passes away, everybody should praise him. A funeral procession passed and people praised the deceased. Rasulullah said, Wajabat. It has been affirmed to him. Then another funeral procession passed and the people spoke badly of the deceased. The Prophet ﷺ said, Wajabat. Umar ibn al-Khattab asked, what has been wajabat? Ma wajabat? He replied, you have praised one, hadha asnaytum alayhi khair. You have praised this one, so paradise has been affirmed. فَوَجَبَتْ لَهُ الْجَنَّةِ. And you have dispraised of the other, so fire has been affirmed. Na'udhu billah. And you people are the witness. أنتم شهداء الله في الأرض. قال حدثنا عفان بن مسلم هو الصفار حدثنا داود بن الفرات عن عبد الله بن بريدة عن أبي الأسود قال قدمت المدينة وقد وقع بها مرض فجلست إلى عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه فمرت بهم جنازة فأثني على صاحبها خيرا فقال عمر رضي الله عنه same thing. Now because in this hadith Umar رضي الله عنه was the narrator, now same thing happened at the time of Umar رضي الله عنه. وجبت ثم مر بأخرى فأثني على صاحبها خيرا فقال عمر لأنه عنه وجبت ثم مر بالثالثة فأثني عليه صاحبها شهوة فقال وجبت قال أبو الأسود قلت وما وجبت يا أمير المؤمنين قال قلت كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أيما مسلم شهد له أربعة بخير خير أدخله الله الجنة فقلنا وثلاثة قال وثلاثة. This is a little different. فقلنا واثنان ثم لم نسأله عن الواحد. Subhanallah, this is such a beautiful hadith. Abu al-Aswad said he came to Medina while an epidemic disease had broken out. The ta'un has broken out. Marad. While I was sitting with Umar ibn al-Khattab, a funeral procession. So he's giving the reason why, and there's so many dead bodies coming. Subhanallah. So that's why I said Marad was going on. Umar he was sitting with him. Abu al-Aswad was sitting with him. A funeral procession passed by. People praised the deceased. Umar said, Wajabat. And another funeral procession passed. It has been affirmed to him. A third passed by and the people dispraised. For two people, they said, oh, he's nice. The third, they spoke badly. They said, Wajabat. I asked, oh, chief of believers, oh, Amir al-Mu'minin, what has been affirmed? I said the same. The Prophet had said, if 4 persons, subhanallah. And there's in one hadith we have 40 people if they pray Salatul Janazah, who are muwahid, but here it is 4 people, subhanallah. If 4 people or persons testify the piety of a Muslim, Allah will grant him paradise. Subhanallah, 4 people. We asked if 3 people, he said, even 3. We asked if 2, we see 2, and we did not ask him regarding 1 witness. So minimum you need 2 people at least, inshallah, to testify after we pass away. About witness. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us husnul khatima, inshallah. So 2 people you need. 2 people. Babu ma ja'a fi adhab al-qabr. What is said regarding punishment of the grave. Now he goes into the topic. This is janaiz, of course. So he'll go into this. So qawlu ta'ala ولو ترى إذ الظالمون في غمرات الموت والملائكة باسطوا أيديهم أخرجوا أنفسكم اليوم تجزون عذاب الهون. There are many people who are munkar, who deny the azab al-qabr, but you see from the ayat also of the Qur'an, like Imam Bukhari is also bringing, it's proven, like if you see, but when the zalimun are the agonies of death, this is not in Jahannam, no? While they are dying, while the angels are stretching forth their hands, deliver your souls, then that day shall be compensed with the torment of degradation. So this adhab is now starting. This is adhab al-qabr starting. And also the statement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. قال Abdullah al-hunu huwa al-ahwan. Degradation. Ahwan والهون الرفق. هون. So there's different words. Hoon is different from how. I mean, hoon is similar to hawan, degradation, but hoon is uh, gentleness. Hawna, it comes in the Quran, Surah Furqan, that the believers وعباد الرحمن الذين يمشون على الأرض حونا. حون يعني gently, they walk gently on earth. وقوله جل ذكره سنعذبهم مرتين ثم يردون إلى عذاب عظيم. We shall punish them twice. What is this twice? عذاب القبر as well as Jahannam. We will punish them twice. ثم يردون, and thereafter they shall be brought back to a great torment. وقوله تعالى for آل فرعون also فوقاه الله سيئات ما مكروا وحاق بآل فرعون سوء العذاب. And while فوقاه الله سيئات ما مكروا, and while an evil tormenting the past Pharaoh's people of what they planned, وحاق بآل فرعون سوء العذاب, and the fire they exposed. uh, it goes on. They didn't translate. النار يعرضون عليها غدوا وعشيا ويوم تقوم الساعة أدخلوا آل فرعون أشد العذاب. And the fire is presented to them morning and afternoon, and on the day when the hour will be established, it will be said, cause Pharaoh's people to enter the severest torment. So here, they are being presented the fire morning and evening, correct? Morning and afternoon. So which fire is this? Because Allah said, and on the day of judgment. So this fire is the Adab al-Qabr. So Adab al-Qabr is proven from the Quran, also from these verses, from Ali Fir'aun's verse, and سَنُعَذِّبُهُمْ مَرَّتَيْنِ, and this also, وَلَوْ تَرَى إِذِ الظَّالِمُونَ فِي غَمْرَاتِ الْمَوْتِ, in the throngs of death, subhanallah, and as well as ahadith also, like he brings. حدثنا حفص ابن عمر حدثنا شعبة عن علقمة ابن مرثد عن سعد بن عبيدة عن البراء بن عازب رضي الله عنهما عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: إذا عقعد المؤمن في قبره أتي ثم شهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمد رسول الله فذلك قوله يثبت الله الذين آمنوا بالقول الثابت. Bara ibn Azib, and that when a faithful believer is made to sit in his grave, then the angels come to him and he's testified La ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan, La ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. And that corresponds to Allah. So Allah also has said, وَيُثَبِّتُ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. Allah will keep firm those who believe. بِالْقَوْلِ الثَّابِتِ, with the word that is firm. That is what? In the grave. في القبر. حدثنا محمد بن بشار حدثنا غندر حدثنا شعبة بهذا وزاد يثبت الله الذين آمنوا نزلت في عذاب القبر. There's another ayah which he brought. No, this has been revealed concerning the punishment in the grave. يثبت الله الذين آمنوا بالقول الثابت في الحياة الدنيا. نعم. قال حدثنا علي بن عبد الله حدثنا يعقوب بن إبراهيم حدثني أبي عن صالح حدثني نافع أن ابن عمر رضي الله عنهما أخبره قال: اطلع النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم على أهل القليب قال: وجدتم ما وعد ربكم حقا؟ فقيل له: أتدعو أمواتا؟ فقال: ما أنتم بأسمع منهم ولكن لا يجيبون. Ibn Umar said the Prophet ﷺ looked at the well. So at the time of Badr, the mushrikun were thrown in the well. No, Qalib, they are called Ahlul Qalib, the people of the well. They were killed during the Battle of Badr. So Rasulullah ﷺ was speaking to him. Have you found true what your Lord promised them? وَجَدْتُمْ مَا وَعَدَ رَبُّكُمْ حَقًّا. So somebody said to them, are you calling the dead people? So you do not hear better than they, but they cannot reply. مَا أَنْتُمْ أَسْمَعْ بِأَسْمَعْ مِنْهُمْ. That means dead people can also hear. But this, people have taken and said that dead people also hear when a person comes to the grave and so on. But this is a mu'jiza of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, because there are general ahadith and general ayat. إِنَّكَ لَا تُسْمِعُ الْمَوْتَى. You do not make the dead hear. And the Sahaba saying that, are you calling the dead people? That means it was generally known generally known. That was the general rule that dead people do not hear. Naam. And this is a mu'jiza of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and I mean, there's a whole discussion, but ultimately, dead people do not hear. إِنَّكَ لَا تُسْمِعُ الْمَوْتَى. There's a difference between that dead people do hear, uh, but we know the dead people only hear the footsteps of the person who dies, and not everything. So there's a hijab, but it's a barzakh, it's unseen. Anyways, even if we agree that, okay, for the sake of argument, subhanallah, that people do here, it does not, you know, warrant that you can call them that shirk akbar, like going to the grave of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and saying, Ya Rasulullah, madada, help. Ma'am. All this is shirk akbar, and the person worships 80 years and 90 years, 100 years, and then does shirk, and knowingly, and of all the what do you call it, ثبوت الشروط وانتفاع الموانع, all the preventative factors are removed from him, then he has done major shirk, and all of his amal will be wasted. So one should be careful. Dua ghayrillah is very dangerous. Istighatha to bi ghayrillah is also dangerous, no? Seeking help. Subhanallah. And people don't realize. And they call Ya Ali Madad, Ya Rasulullah Madad, Ya Jilani Madad, na'udhu billah min dhalik. قال حدثنا عبد الله بن محمد حدثنا سفيان عن هشام بن عروة عن أبيه عن عائشة رضي الله عنها قالت إنما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إنهم ليعلمون الآن أن ما كنت أقول لهم حق وقد قال الله تعالى إنك لا تسمع الموتى. Imam Bukhari also brought it. The Prophet ﷺ said they killed during the battle of Badr. Aisha said, now realize that what I used to tell them was the truth. And Allah said, He brought, see, Imam Bukhari also brought this, that you do not make the dead here, that is to benefit them. And similarly, the disbelievers, إِنَّكَ لَا تُسْمِعُ الْمَوْتَى. He brought the ayah. قال حدثنا عبدان أخبرني أبي عن شعبة سمعت الأشعث عن أبيه عن مسروق عن عائشة رضي الله عنها أن يهودية دخلت عليها فذكرت عذاب القبر وقالت لها أعاذك الله من عذاب القبر فسألت عائشة رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم عن عذاب القبر قال نعم عذاب القبر. قالت عائشة رضي الله عنها فما رأيت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بعد صلى صلاة إلا تحوذ من عذاب القبر وزاد غندر عذاب القبر حق. A Jewess, Aisha said, a Jewess came to me and mentioned the punishment of the grave, and said, may Allah protect you from the punishment grave. Aisha then asked about Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that is there punishment in the grave? He said, yes. Aisha asked, after that, I never saw Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam but seek a refuge with Allah from the punishment in the grave in every salah he offered. Now, previously, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there's another hadith where he said only for the Jews there'll be adhab al-qabr, but then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed, and he said, yes, there is adhab al-qabr for everyone. May Allah protect all of us. حدثنا يحيى بن سليمان حدثنا ابن وهب قال أخبرني يونس عن ابن شهاب أخبرني عروة بن زبير أنه سمع أسماء بنت أبي بكر رضي الله عنهما تقول قام رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم خطيبا فذكر فتنة القبر التي يفتتن فيها المرء فلما ذكر ذلك ضج المسلمون ضجا. Subhanallah. Asma bint Allah's Messenger once delivered a khutbah mentioning the fitna in the grave, which people will face in the grave. When he mentioned that, the Muslims started crying loudly. Subhanallah, that's so dangerous, no? قال حدثنا عياش ابن وليد حدثنا عبد العالى حدثنا سعيد عن قتادة عن أنس بن مالك رضي الله عنه أنه حدثهم أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال إن العبد إذا وضع في قبره وتولى عنه أصحابه وإنه لا يسمع قرع نعالهم أتاه ملكان فيقعدانه فيقولان ما كنت تقول في هذا الرجل لمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم فأما المؤمن فيقول أشهد أنه عبد الله ورسوله فيقال له انظر إلى مقعدك من النار قد أبدلك الله به مقعدا من الجنة فيراهما جميعا. قال قتادة وذكر لنا أنه يفسح له في قبره ثم رجع على حديث أنس قال وأما المنافق والكافر فيقال له ما كنت تقول في هذا الرجل فيقول لا أدري كنت أقول ما يقوله الناس ويقال لا دريت ولا تليت ويضرب بمطارق من حديد ضربة فيصيح صيحة يسمعها من يليه من الثقلين. Allah's Messenger describes when a slave, Allah's slave is put in his grave, his companion return, and he even hears the footsteps. Two angels come to him. قَضْ عَنِ عَلِمْ أَتَاهُ مَلَكًا. What did you say about this man? Then as regards a faithful believer, he will say, I testify. فأما المؤمن فيقول أشهد أنه عبد الله ورسوله. May Allah make us from them. I testify that he is Allah's slave and messenger. Then they will say to them, look at your place in hellfire. So the person, they will show the believer his place in hellfire and show that Allah has changed your place in heaven because of sin. Then he will see both places. Qatada said, we were informed that the grave should be made spacious. Grave for the believer will be made spacious. Then Qatada went back to the narration of Anas and said, whereas a hypocrite or disbeliever will be asked, what did you used to say about this man? He replied, I do not know, but I used to say what the people used to say. So they will say, Subhanallah, la daraita, neither did you know, nor do you take guidance, wala talaita, nor did you recite the Quran, Subhanallah. Because knowledge can be taken through knowing, by asking someone and you get to know, or by reciting the Quran. La daraita wala talait. Dara is to know. And ويضرب بمطارق مطرقة مطارق hammers, iron hammers min hadid. Subhanallah, darbat, and he'll hit him. So his adab will start at that time. فيصيح صيحة, and he will shout as a cry everything which is near him except jinn. Everyone will hear him except jinn and human beings. غير الثقلين. ثقلين are the two this time. Jinn. See Hadith 1338. باب التعوذ من قبر. قال حدثنا محمد بن المثنى أخبرنا يحيى حدثنا شعبة حدثني عون بن أبي جحيفة عن أبيه عن البراء بن عاذب عن أبي أيوب رضي الله عنهم قال خرج النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وقد وجبت الشمس فسمع صوتا فقال يهود تعذب في قبورها. See, this is the hadith which I told, that Yahud are this thing. Once the Prophet went out of the sunset and had heard a dreadful voice. There was some shout, and the Jews are being punished in the graves. حدثنا معلى حدثنا وهيبا موسى ابن عقبة قال حدثني ابنة خالد بن سعيد عن عاصي أنها سمعت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وهو يتعوذ من عذاب القبر. Narrated Musa ibn Uqba, the daughter of Khalid ibn Sa'id ibn al-As, said that she heard the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam seeking refuge with Allah from the punishment of the grave. And the dua is in the next hadith. حدثنا مسلم بن إبراهيم حدثنا هشام حدثنا يحيى عن أبي سلمة عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يدعو اللهم إني أعوذ بك من عذاب القبر ومن عذاب النار ومن فتنة المحيا والممات ومن فتنة المسيح الدجال. Oh Allah, I seek refuge with you from the punishment of the grave and from punishment of the hellfire and from the fitna of life and death and fitna of Masih al-Dajjal. Babu adab al-qabr min al-ghibati wal-bawl. What are the causes for adab al-qabr? Two of them are backbiting and soiling one's clothes with urine, bowl. قال حدثنا قتيبة حدثنا جرير عن الأعمش عن مجاهد عن طاووس عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما مر النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم على قبرين فقال إنهما لا يعذبان وما يعذبان في كبير ثم قال بلى أما أحدهما فكان يسعى بالنميمة وما الآخر فكان لا يستتر من بوله قال ثم أخذ عودا رطبا فكسره باثنتين ثم غرز كل واحد منهما على قبر ثم قال لعله يخفف عنهما ما لم يبسا or ييبسا. Ibn Abbas said the Prophet once passed by two great famous hadith. They were and said they are being tortured not for the great thing to avoid. That is, it's not a small thing, but it's not a big thing, but it's a small thing. But because of that, They are being tortured in the grave. May Allah protect us. Then added, yes, for one of them used to go about with calumnies, ghiba, backbiting, while the other never saved from being soiled with urine. Ibn Abbas said then he took a great branch and split it into two pieces and fixed one piece on each grave. So these people who take this hadith and say that, okay, we can put flowers on the graves and all that. No, this is also again a khas bi Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, especially to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because who can say, oh, I'm putting flowers and there'll be takhfif, there'll be reduction in the adab al-qabr. No, no. May the punishment be abated till these two get dry. لعله يخفف عنهما ما لم ييبسا. ييبسا. See hadith number 1361. It came before also. باب الميت يعرض عليه مقعده بالغداة والعشي. The deceased is shown his actual place both in the morning and in the afternoon. قال حدثنا إسماعيل قال حدثني مالك عن نافع عن عبد الله بن عمر رضي الله عنهما أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال إن أحدكم إذا مات عرض عليه مقعده بالغداة والعشي إن كان من أهل الجنة فمن أهل الجنة وإن كان من أهل النار فمن أهل النار فيقال هذا مقعدك حتى يبعثك الله إلى يوم القيامة. When a few dies, Rasulullah said, Abdullah ibn Umar, he's shown his place both in the morning and in the afternoon. If he's one of the people of paradise, he's shown his place. So a person in the grave will be seeing his place in Jannah. And if it's people from hellfire, he'll be shown, na'udhu billah, he's shown his place there. And then it is said to them, this is your place till Allah resurrects you on the day of resurrection. Yawm al-Qiyamah. Babu kalam al-mayyiti ala al-janada, speech of the deceased person. The deceased person will also say, where are you taking me? And if a good person will say, take me, take me, take me. حدثنا قتيبة حدثنا الليث عن سعيد ابن أبي سعيد عن أبيه أنه سمع أبا سعيد الخدري رضي الله عنه يقول قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا وضعت الجنازة فاحتملها الرجال على آناقهم فإن كانت صالحة قالت قدموني قدموني وإن كانت غير صالحة فقالت يا ويلها أين يذهبون بها يسمع صوتها كل شيء إلا الإنسان ولو سمعها الإنسان لصعق. Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when the funeral is ready for its burial and people lift it on their shoulders, and then if the deceased is righteous person, he says, take me ahead, qaddimuni, qaddimuni. If he's not righteous, he says, woe it to me, where are you taking it to me? And his voice is audible through everything except human beings. If they heard it, they would fall down unconscious. Everyone hears its voice, subhanallah. Inshallah, we'll do from here in our next class, inshallah, from hadith number أولاد المسلمين and أولاد المشركين, inshallah. Maybe it might take us 2 more classes to finish Kitab al-Janaiz, inshallah. And then we'll start our Kitab al-Zakah, inshallah ta'ala. Kitab al-Zakah and then Kitab al-Hajj. There's 2 kutubs before we finish this volume. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Jazakallahu Khairan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.